What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the first video, the first episode in my new series. Well, hopefully to be a series, that's up to you guys. Of what's JP Jammin To. Every once in a while I have people asking, hey, what are you listening to outside of the channel? What do you listen to outside of the channel? So I figured I'd make like a little series. I don't know how long it's gonna go or how often it's gonna come out. I'm planning maybe once a month. We'll kind of see and play around with that. But also, it becomes a series if you guys want it to become a series. So all of that is up to you guys. But I figured I'd just go through a few artists, a few songs, a few albums that I'm listening to on my own time outside of the channel. So I'm probably not going to talk about anything relating to the channel. This is my space to talk about other stuff. So I'm going to be using RYM because, you know, it's the perfect website to like catalog music and kind of keep track of what you're listening to. And I'll admit, it's not completely up to date. So if you happen to find my profile, it's not up to date with every single album that I've listened to. It's just an easier way to kind of keep track sometimes of what I do listen to. So Between the Buried and Me, a band that I've listened to since their album Colors had came out. I haven't really listened to them in a long time, so I decided to listen to their latest, Automata Part 2. Haven't even listened to Part 1. And you know what? It's a fantastic album. I'm still letting it kind of sink in with me. But listen, if you like Between the Buried and Me, that is a fantastic album thus far. I really love the way that they bring together all the elements of metal and their usual heavy sound, still doing their usual experimentation and progression, but kind of like reining it in and making it, I don't know, making it sound like it's meant to be. Because sometimes it didn't always sound like it was meant to be. But in this album, from what I'm hearing so far, it's quite good. It's quite good. The Faceless, In Becoming a Ghost. I've just started listening to this today, so I can't speak too much of the album just yet. But I listened to the first 2 tracks off of it so far, which, like I said, I've barely gotten into it. I'll go through the rest of it later on my own. But they hit hard. Okay? I've listened to Akadama, or Akadama, whatever it's pronounced, from The Faceless. I've listened to their parts of their album, Planetary Duality, that one with that crazy album cover. And it's fine. I don't want to say grew out of it, but I just kind of moved on from their sound. But I was wanting something heavy, so I said, you know what? Album cover looks kind of cool. Let's listen to In Becoming a Ghost. And listen, it hits, right? So I'm just going to play a little bit, just a smidge, but... That is it, but it gets even better like as it goes. Yeah, it's I've only listened to the first 2 songs, but I'm liking it already, so I'm curious to hear about the rest of it. Forward, The Color of Nothing. This is just one of those down-tempo, chill albums you put on. Very nice and smooth electronic beats. You really don't even have to think about this. This is just you put it on in the background and you just like chill. You sink into the music. I'm very much into like electronic trip hop and down-tempo music, Massive Attack, Portishead, the typical sneaker pimps, DJ Crust, DJ Shadow, like all these guys. So listening to Forward, The Color of Nothing, this is a great album. Really just chill to put on. One of my favorite releases this year is from the rapping group Clipping, Visions of Bodies Being Burned. Listen, it's actually perfect for like a Halloween October kind of release, which I think is when the album came out. But this is an album, okay? This is probably one of the best albums of 2020. I don't know, there's still a little bit of time left. But the way that they combine haunting atmospheres with just like, bone-crushing beats, and like the rapping is sinister, but it flows so well. I mean, it is just fantastic. There's tracks here that are really just meant to build atmosphere, but then they come out with those hip-hop bangers that just like melt your face. Let's play just a sliver of their song Check the Lock, which is one of my favorites off of the album.
Just cause he got Olay on his hands now, BBS gleaming. Staying off the phone, no one tracing where he be. Never trust another.
Yeah, just the sheer paranoia that he exerts in his delivery, and especially with this song, talking about someone who is paranoid to the point that they're checking the lock all the time. I mean, it's a really interesting way that they build the stories with their lyrics. I mean, they're fantastic. I've been kind of keeping my eye on them, but they're awesome. Seether, CV's Pay Some Parabellum, whatever it is pronounced. My friend had recommended me to listen to this album because he knows that I like, hard rock and that kind of stuff. I gotta be honest, wasn't a fan of it at all. It's not my thing. It kind of sounded like every other alternative rock band in the early 2000s. It didn't really sound like there was any growth. I'm not like a Seether fan anyway, but out of respect for his recommendation, I wanted to listen to it. It's okay. It's not my thing. Deftones, Ohms, still listening to it. Still kicks. I love it. I mean, this is a good album. Favorite song is definitely Spell of Mathematics and Urentia. Awesome. I really love what they did on the album. Whew, such great atmospheres. It feels like a solid album, like as a whole. Everything just flows. Everything hits right in that one. And here's some other stuff I've been listening to. Not really as of recent, as you can probably tell by the dates. But, I've listened to it. Sometimes you probably just want to know like what I'm listening to in general. And, this is kind of a general idea. Today, off of RYM, going just off of like my Spotify and what I've been listening to the past few days, aside from what's listed here. I've been listening to, as always, a lot of David Sylvian. I listened to, The First Day with Robert Fripp on it. I think I also have it here somewhere. The First Day. I listened to Damage, which was their live album. I was listening to a little bit of Deep Thievery Corporation with the Mirror Conspiracy. Excellent, once again, down-tempo, acid jazz kind of album. One of those just chill and relax albums. But I would say, like, overall, that's kind of what I've been listening to on my own. I'm going to try and go back and finish In Becoming a Ghost by The Faceless. I really wanted to hear the rest of that. And then, actually, coming back down, I actually want to listen to Fleet Foxes with their new album, Shores, which I've only listened to, like, a very, very small amount of. But I would like to hear a little bit more. Anyways, I hope that you guys have enjoyed the first video in this. It really isn't supposed to be like this huge video series or anything like that. I just want you guys to like know like what I'm listening to outside of the channel. What do I listen to? What is JP Jammin To? That is the core, the mantra of the series. If you guys do want more, please let me know, because I'm going to be watching the views and likes on this one to see if people want more. And if not, if you think it's a waste of time, then you can also let me know. This isn't taking up any time, by the way, from when I would like listen to songs. This is just, like I said, probably going to be a once a month thing. It's not going to take that much time. so it's not like this was replacing any of the reactions or first listens or song reviews or any of that stuff. This is totally separate. It's easy to record. It's fun for me to record because I get to talk about other music I'm listening to. And who knows, maybe you guys will enjoy it. Maybe you guys will listen to some of the other music that I have listed here or that I talk about outside of the usual on the channel. This will be the first one in hopefully a series, but I would love to know your thoughts, not only on, if I've mentioned any albums that may have caught your attention, or just on the first episode in general. Let me know what I could do better, because I just kind of threw this together. I got the screen over here, and I have my whole internet showing and everything like that. So maybe there's something you think that would look better. I don't know. You can only let me know if you write back to me in the comments, and I hope that you do. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.